Hi, one Best PR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking right now with Troy West from allplayswin.com. Troy West, our regular viewers know who he is. He's been killing it in the NFL with us, game in and game out, week in and week out for a couple of years now. Right now, he's in the midst of giving us 70% winners in the NBA playoffs. That's against the spread. That's a real record. Our regular viewers know that's 100% legit. And he's very graciously agreed to do some division-by-division win totals previews in the NFL. It's mid-June right now. We're going to do the NFC East. Troy West, thanks for being back with us.
You bet, Pete. I appreciate it. Absolutely on fire with not only the SPR videos, but at allplayswin.com. This is one of my favorite times of the year, Pete. The NBA Finals obviously wrapping up, and I love doing these future bets with the NFL, with college football, with baseball. I truly believe for the gamblers out there, there is some value to it, and I think we can give you some winners, but let's keep rocking and rolling, Pete. It's been awesome. It's been a great run over these last few years with SPR. Hoping to move into the NFL and have continued success.
All right, Troy. Well, the NFC East. First thing we're going to start with is Dallas, and I'm quoting Heritage numbers here right now, and 9.5 is the win total for Dallas, -140. Last year, of course, they had 12 wins. Tony Romo off a great season. They've got a great offensive line, which will be back. The defense needed improving in 2014, and it did. If the defense can roughly, repeat what they did in 2014, and if Romo continues to have a low interception number, the over 9.5 has got to be a great bet, even at -140. What do you think, Troy?
Yeah, I'm actually mind blown by this number, Pete. Out of all the ones that we've covered, I'm a little bit biased towards Dallas, a big Cowboys fan for many years, but 9.5 mind blows me here, Pete. This is a team that dramatically improved defensively. And yes, they lost to Marco Murray, but Pete, people aren't putting into perspective that Tony Romo is finally 100% healthy. He's going through all the offseason workouts. I think that's going to not only make himself better, but make the entire offense better. To actually be able to be with your number one quarterback throughout an entire offseason pays off big time. You had guys like Greg Hardy, who we know he's suspended, but I do truly believe that will be reduced. You had guys like Gregory to the defense. If Sean Lee comes back and he's healthy, this is a Cowboys team, Pete, that went 12-4 last year, had some very big wins at Seattle on the road. Pete, they lost 2 games in which Tony Romo, didn't play against Arizona. That was one of their losses, and didn't play the fourth quarter against the Redskins. That was one of their losses as well. 9.5 truly blows me away. I think this team's an 11-5 type of team. Worst case, 10-6. If you look at their schedule, I'd be shocked if they went anything less than 10-6. I'm going over on this one.
All right, so why do you think the line is so low then? Just because of DeMarco Murray? I mean, they will have a running back by committee. Do you think that'll be effective, or will that mess everything up? My assumption is that if the offensive line is strong, the running game will be fine. But maybe the lack of a feature back will hurt them. And if the running game falls, then that put more pressure on Romo, more pressure on the defense, and maybe the whole house of cards collapses. What do you think?
Yeah, and I think that's what Vegas is looking at here. I'm in agreement with you. I think the committee is going to be just fine, especially behind that offensive line. This is an offensive line that was outstanding last year. Now they added unbelievable depth in the draft with Chaz Green and Collins. This is a team that's extremely deep on the offensive line. And we obviously know Des Bryant. I think Terrence Williams could have another breakout year. Cole Beasley's back. Everybody's back. Why is it 9.5? Sure doesn't understand it to me, so get your money on over 9.5.
All right, and then the biggest question mark team, I think, is going to be Philadelphia. Last year, people think of Philadelphia as a kind of a mid-range team, I think, just based on, the articles I read. But they've actually, had winning seasons repeatedly. Last year, they won 10 games. Again, right now, their win total is 9.5. The over is +110. Sam Bradford is the addition at quarterback. He's injury-prone. Only 7 starts over the last 2 seasons, so that's a big question mark. Marco Murray probably still the best running back in the division, though. It's a talented team, a lot of changes. What can we expect from Philadelphia?
Yeah, this is a really tough one, Pete. I'm not going to go official on it, but I would definitely lean on the over side. But Pete, this is really, it's almost like a fantasy football team, right? The way that they built this roster. They go out and get Sam Bradford, who really hasn't proven anything. We know he's got big-time potential, but everything I've read, even Mark Sanchez is getting a lot of number 1 reps in that offense right now. What are they going to do with the 3 running backs? Obviously, Sproles and Matthews and Murray. They've got weapons on that team. They've got Jordan Matthews at the wide receiver spot, Zach Ertz. Their defense dramatically improved. You put a Kiko Alonso, if he gets healthy, Byron Maxwell, Walter Thurman. But just so many question marks, so many injury-prone players to really put your money on this Philadelphia Eagle team, because they could be depleted by midseason and be a 9-win team. They could stay healthy and really truck along, and Chip Kelly could have this master plan, and they could be an 11-win team. So For me, it's a pass. If I had to lean on something, I would think they're about a 10-6 team, though.
Okay, and then the Giants and Washington rounded out. The Giants are interesting. You know, we know that turnovers have been a huge issue for Manning, but he was a little bit better at the end of last season. They won 6 games, and their win total is 8.5 actually right now. The over is plus 100. You know, they have talent, but they do have holes. They're thin in various places. And Washington, you know, we know about the disaster that they are. Maybe they'll have a better running game this year, better offensive line, but they still feel like they're solidly in rebuilding mode. Their win total at Heritage right now, 7.5 plus 120. Do you have anything to say about the Giants or Washington?
Yeah, I have an official pick with the Giants, actually. I'm going to go under on the Giants. I think 8.5, just too many wins. I think this is an 8-8 team at best, Pete. Yes, they get Victor Cruz back. Will he complement Beckham? Absolutely. I think they're going to have an offense that's extremely tough to stop. But do they really have a run game? No. Do they have much of an offensive line? No. And their defense has holes all over the field. So for me, yes, you can have the best passing attack or a great passing attack, but is it good enough to get 8.5 wins? No, they're not going to get 9 wins. This is an 8-win team at best, maybe even a 7-win team. I think at the end of the year, you're going to see Coughlin fired, and I think the New York Giants are going to be a 7-win team. Very tough division. You got to go play Dallas twice. You got to play the Eagles twice. I don't think the Giants are going to be able to do it. I think they're a 7-win team, and I'm going to go under on that.
So we know one official pick, definitely going to be Dallas. Currently over 9.5 is minus 140. And anything else from the other 3?
Nothing else. I will go official. I'll go official on the New York Giants under the 8.5, and nothing on the Eagles, nothing on the Redskins. Those will be more leans for me.
Okay, right now at Heritage, under 8.5, just minus 120. Thanks so much, Troy.